Thank you, Sylvia. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Shirley. First of all, I'd like to thank Ms. Suhana, Ms. Sylvia, and Ms. T for giving me this opportunity to share with you the wonderful experiences that I gained through this PLC workshop. So first of all, why do I want to sign up for this workshop? I asked myself, what can I do to uplift the quality of my center? I believe that it's important for teachers to build up strong learning cultures among themselves in the center. And I want them to be community learners. This will actually enhance their teaching competencies in teaching and learning practices. And of course, it will benefit the children in their learning outcomes. Okay, so after that, I think further, what are the challenges that I face on the ground? So I narrowed down to two, which I want to address and want to overcome after this session. The first one is, how do I get the teachers to want to be part of this community of learning? And next, how do I actually change their perspective to transfer what they have learned into classroom practices? Because I feel that many a times the teachers, they're very participative during the meetings, they were very inspired, but what happened after that? They do not apply in their class. I don't see that happening in the classroom. So as a center leader, how can I help them? How can I address that? So after attending the session, I actually learned through the 3 stages of PLC, and I was able to encourage the teachers to want to be part of the learning, and also how do I get them to learn and apply what they have learned during the meetings in their classroom. In the center, first of all, I get them to think what are the suitable topics they would like to learn. So one of the common topics that they identified was on differentiated learning. Differentiated learning is something not just among the English teachers, but even my Chinese and Malay teacher, they came together and say, yeah, I believe it's important. We need to see the alignment. So let's come together and learn. As it was something that pointed out by the teachers, they themselves, they are motivated to want to make a change. So next, we ask the teachers to engage in reflective practices. So what have you already done in class? What do you know? What do you want to know more? And how can I, or even among the other experienced teachers, how can we come together to learn and help? Teachers must be comfortable with their learning and also the methods that we give them to learn, because sometimes they need to be guided. And at the same time, we also empower them in their learning. So next we engage in a lot of discussion using the PLC principles. Of course, for myself, I also follow up with them, getting them to think further, getting them to reflect on the practices, and I also encourage them to share with the other teachers. Definitely, we need to do this also in class, so I encourage them to try out in their classroom. So I will observe them, we review together, and I support them to plan for next course of action as well. Here are some examples I'll share with you. The teachers, they come together to brainstorm, they learn together, they reflect on the practices together. As center leader, I don't just be there to download the information for them. It's important for me to facilitate them, get them to be engaged in sustainable conversation. So teachers, through the conversation, they're actually sharing what they know. And it's a very powerful learning for teachers to learn from one another. So teachers are also invited to share their reflections, and they come together to share it. So from the pictures, right, you can see some of the samples. It's actually from the Chinese teachers as well. So we can always include them in the learning committee, which will actually more powerful in a way to actually show them that what they're capable of. Last but not least, after the session, I was able to plan for more suitable topics for PLC. I can better engage them in their sharing and learning. I'm also equipped with the skills to sustain their conversation in sharing what they know and what they want to know. But of course, it's an ongoing process for me to observe them in actions and how to support them in becoming reflective practitioner. Thank you.